Welcome to part 2 of Sonic Boom Fire and Ice, my favorite Sonic TV show. Just like how Sonic Heroes is my favorite Sonic game of all time, after all.
Yes, you were a tsundere for that game for so long.
Yes, of course.
It's nice for you to join us over on the Good Opinions Zone.
Join us.
One of us. Let me. And now we have a new mini game that's exclusive to this one. It's not a returner from one from Shadow Crystal.
Which is a reference to the Tails adventure, right?
Honestly, it looks more like a reference to Rush Adventure, more like. But
sorry, I was thinking of the thing from Shadow
Crystal. I'll give credit. The actual water graphics themselves actually look pretty good for 3DS.
Yeah, they look fine. Yeah, they look good. Yeah, they look fine.
Just really, we found him. Dwebs is actually that guy who posts on Miiverse talking about water.
I was always that guy.
I will talk to people about water in video games if you want.
Anyway, these stages kind of work like a space shooter of sorts, where you're just shooting ice blocks so that they don't bump into you because they will. I tried a few times off screen. I wasn't able to get to the end of this without time eventually running out, and I've tried various times off screen. Like maybe I just suck at this, but really, like this level goes on and on and on and on and on. Oh well.
And Tails had a heart attack.
All right, let's try that. Yeah. Oh no, never mind. This is the bit where. What we're seeing was like the 5th try. It's just that you only saw one of them. It got to like I don't know. This is like the time keeps decreasing, and I keep cutting clocks. It doesn't seem like I feel like there should be more clocks in the level to keep the time from going up. I don't know. Maybe I just suck at that, but I don't know. Like it felt like there should have been more clocks in the level. Anyway, let's go on the tornado to the next island. So now we go to Seaside Island, aka the island where Sonic and his friends live in the show.
If only ours was a seaside island. I mean, we do have the seaside in some places, but a lot of other times when we're near the sea, it's just like a cliff.
From what I've heard, the beaches in Britain aren't the best.
I mean, they have some good beaches, like in Blackpool and Llandudno.
And Wales has plenty of good beaches, thank you very much.
Siri, I literally said Llandudno.
Oh, I didn't hear what you said, sorry.
You see, that's the problem, Siri. Even when I praise Wales, you think I'm ignoring them.
Are the Welsh
sorry.
Are the Welsh
She's not used to compliments.
Okay.
No, I'm not, actually.
What is it about the English drawing ire from all their British neighbours?
I mean,
aside from the obvious
reasons. That was on me.
Not just.
Well, first,
Honest, Jova. Well, Dwebs, we all know you should be worshipping airplanes, but
and trains. Don't forget airplanes and trains.
Okay. Well, here's the thing, Jova. I will be more complimentary.
Hold on, let me mention this.
If Wales make their own stuff instead of taking Doctor Who and Casualty.
Anyway, this is where Tails Blaster becomes a thing. Basically, you have to shoot at that little mirror thing and cause it to reflect. Again, this is kind of like a Zelda-style puzzle, kind of like the mirror shield. You have to basically aim it at the mirror. There you go, right there. Now you shoot it, and there you go.
Also, as Pedro showing, you can switch characters on the fly if you select them in the bottom icon.
In the titles, in the touch screen, yes. But as to my response to what Jova was saying, I don't know, Jova. I was more bothered by, as Shiroi puts it, the British inability to take compliments, like Shiroi says. So. Because I had one point where I was telling Shiroi, dude, it's a compliment, just take it, and she even told me that I'm a Brit, we don't know how to take compliments or something along those lines. I forgot what she said exactly.
No.
Okay.
Okay, wait, Joe. But to answer your question, think about like how us Americans make fun of Florida.
I thought you Americans made fun of.
Everyone makes fun of Florida.
I was under the impression that you Americans made fun of Canada. Like practically every comedy made in America.
Okay. Okay. We do make fun of Canada, but Florida gets it a lot more, especially these days.
It's like when I was
although,
watching...
in case you're wondering why Florida is such a meme, there's apparently a law where the news reports have to report on every single crime. So like, wait. So when you realize, like, man, why is Florida so insane? It's like, oh, that's why. Because all this crime would happen everywhere else, but the news.
Oh yeah, because when I think of a major tourist destination like Florida, the first thing I always want to know is how much crime happens there.
Also, it's like when I was watching the Book of Mormon and like the protagonist is like, why does my life suck so bad? And my initial thought was, well, your favorite place in the whole world is Florida, so that might explain it.
Let me put it this: Florida is our Gotham City in that sense here.
Was I just lucky when I went to Florida and avoided? Actually no. I avoided the crime, but I got a tropical storm instead.
I went to Disney, so I went to the fun place.
You know,
I went
it's for you, not for the employees.
I went to Universal.
it must.
I've been to Universal, I've been to Disney World, and I've been to Busch Gardens, Florida.
And as it turned out, I was actually one of the last people. Yeah, because I was actually one of the last people in that year to ever be able to go on the Terminator 2 attraction.
I missed that thing.
Was it
Anyway,
good?
yeah, Pedro?
Yeah.
Yes, it's very good.
What?
To answer
Basically,
Deji, though, I have seen a lot of videos about what it's like to work at Disney parks and just move.
let me put it like this, it's essentially Terminator 2, the ride, is essentially a ride made by James Cameron, Arnold Schwarzenegger, pretty much all the main cast from Terminator 2 came back for that movie. And it managed to still hold up even into the later 2010s.
And why'd they get rid of it?
Yeah,
They're expensive, I don't know.
Oh, okay. They wanted to make ground for a new ride. I forget which ride replaced Terminator. Wait, was that the Minions ride that replaced it?
Let me check, Joe.
How do they swap these things out every so often?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. The Terminator 2 might be there for like over 2 decades.
Or was it replaced by Harry Potter?
No.
Actually, Joe,
the Jaws ride was replaced by Harry Potter.
Actually, Joe, I can answer that question for you. It got replaced. It got replaced by the Bourne Stunktacular.
Oh, and Styx is now unlocked for play out of nowhere. Okay.
That sounds perfect.
It got replaced by a Jason Bourne.
Okay, for whatever reason, Tails' workshop can only be accessed if you have Knuckles in. That's weird, but whatever.
Is Knuckles the security?
He's an assistant.
He's out wrestling, it seems so. Oh, here's Sonic's shack from the show.
Wrestling, so we got Ted Turner living here, apparently.
Yeah. So in Sonic's Shack, you can check the cutscenes of the game, as well as the credits. You can also have a sound test, right here. And you can also check out, the more jewels you get, the more you can also unlock show trivia. Trivia from the Sonic Boom show, which Alan Denton and Bill Freiberg probably put in here for the hell of it, why not? So let's...
They give him little headphones.
Yeah, I do like these little animation bits for the menu selection check. Yeah, I will give this game here. It may not be the most amazing thing, but it does feel like they were trying to ooze as much charm in it as they could. Also,
in Season 1's role models, we learn that Eggman is an award-winning musician. Here is a close-up of a gold record that hangs on Lara's wall. It makes sense... Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I do read the trivia.
Over the course of Sonic Boom's first season, Knuckles, Dave, and Village Buffoon Mike the Ox have all found excuses to dress up like the Blue Blur, and while we appreciate their commitment to the mantra of gotta go fast, we wish these three had taken a little more slowly when it comes to the costume design. Here's some sweet concept art of Knuckles' signature combat move, the ground pound. It has the ability to create rippling shockwaves of destruction which sends its enemies flying. It is the reason why Knuckles is so feared in the battlefield. I forgot, Here's a closer view of some of the photos that can be seen inside Tails' house. Why does Tails surround his home with images of Sonic getting the best of him? It's simple. He likes to portray his friends in the best possible light. Also, Sonic instantly deletes every picture where he looks better. That's nice. In Dude, Where's My Eggman, we get to see Knuckles' mind works. In his head, he possesses the ability to flight as well as some wicked fireballs. In fact, our sources tell us his power level might be over 9,000, and that's the DBZ reference. Dave the intern is the fry cook at the village half-star fast food joint, Meh Burger. Ha ha ha. Here we get a peek inside Dave's mind as we see his fantasy of being a respected supervillain, his evil element and its lame cardboard counterpart. Yes, Shure?
I hate that reminds me of the Knuckles image, you know, the one.
Like a top, there's a ton of it.
No. You can't die. Crap! I can't come up with an insult.
Okay, Jova. Sorry. Cutscene.
You little whatever you are I've ever seen. Can you fetch?
Those sticks is voiced by a Sarge Ventress.
Yes.
She's voiced by Marumaru's actress from Blue Dragon.
I'll take a Sarge Ventress because she's not as annoying.
Oh
I
yeah.
mostly remember her from Michael and Og.
Well, it looks like Styx is okay.
Oh my god!
And
you
I'm probably
remember that?
sure.
We're okay in her world.
Oh my god, I thought I was the only one here who remembers that
It's
show.
like that was basically like the most forgettable Cartoon Network show.
I actually do-
Not in terms of quality, but in terms of like, wow, did anyone really watch that?
I actually do like Styx's I find them adorable thing in this game over the paranoid stuff that you usually see with Styx, actually. I actually like this bit here that she said here.
That thing is getting away. Don't call him a thing. He's mine. And he loves me. He just doesn't know it yet.
He's a robot.
Styx?
That's a little weird, Styx.
Styx?
I mean, it sticks. I get it, but still.
Don't you think she's gonna teach him how to love?
No, but that's the thing, the way that phrasing, like, that's the kind of thing a stalking creep would say.
Gonna make you love me.
Anyway, so now we can play as Styx here, who comes with her iconic boomerang.
Just like in the previous game.
To love sticks.
Just like in the previous game, yeah.
Do you think that they were? Oh wait, genuine question about Styx.
Go on.
Do you think that it was originally going to be a redesign of Marine the Raccoon?
Oh my
makes
god, everyone thought she was essentially Marine Alolan design before turned out actually. Well, okay, to be fair, at the time, the whole, oh, you're this but Alolan variant was the popular thing to do. Especially with that one character who's pretty much Alolan Velma in a pink sweater instead of an orange one.
What are you talking
Difference
about?
is I like Styx. Marina, no.
Marine.
Yeah, like, no.
Hey,
I like Marina, I don't like
Yeah, let's just say that. I like that character from Splatoon 2.
Yeah. She's better than Pearl.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay, so,
Vote for valid.
go on, Pedro.
Yeah. The Styx's gimmick is that she can throw boomerangs, and the fire and ice gimmick follows a boomerang, meaning you can also throw fire and ice boomerangs with it. So keep that in mind.
From a distance, essentially.
So if you want to 100% the game and get all the collectibles, keep that in mind because that will come up in Styx's sections of the levels.
Yeah, I do just want to point out that Styx is closer to actually, mattering in the grand scheme of Sonic main stuff than Marine ever did. Oh, sure, yeah, she was in Rush Adventure, but mostly outside of that, she has never been referenced.
Well, as Marine, last I checked, wasn't Marine only in Rush Adventure? I don't think she's ever been referenced outside of that.
She had a costume in the Olympic Games, and like the only thing she had going for it was some Archie comics, and Ian Flynn only included her just so he can make fun of her.
Like, okay, look.
Because he hated her.
Oh, okay, here's the thing about Marine. I get what they're trying to do.
This bit. Let me explain this bit, Jova, sorry. I have no idea what's up with this particular section of the level. Because as you're about to see, here's the thing. Keep in mind, remember, the way these games work is that if you touch any of those spikes, there you go, see, you go back to the floor right there. You don't just get hurt like in normal Sonic games, right? Like this, like so. The problem, this one is that cannon doesn't shoot you over all of those pillars. Instead, it only shoots you so far, like this. So what am I supposed to do here? You're probably wondering.
You're supposed to use... Oh, you already know, don't you?
Well, if I finish the game, obviously I do. But I was just trying to, keep you guys in suspense. But yeah. As you can probably guess, it's a bit weird because it feels like a stalemate, because none of the other levels in the game have anything like this. It just feels like they were feeling random that day with the level design.
I feel like it's an interesting enough venture. Obviously, what you need to do is time it so that you land on the platforms well enough, and then just
jump over
leap
them.
over the spikes.
Yeah.
I never really had that much trouble figuring that out because I figured, oh, I can't reach all that way. But then I realized that they were moving slow enough so that you could land on that. You just have to time and angle it right.
And that would be fine if it wasn't for the fact that if you make any mistake and touch those spikes, the game automatically throws you back down, and you don't just lose your rings, you go back down. That's my problem. See?
That is a bit weird, I'll admit.
That's my problem. If we just lost rings and that's it, like in typical Sonic games, then I would have no problem with this. But yeah, that my problem is that those spikes don't just hurt you; they bring you back down. That's my problem. Like, what the fuck? Like, I get that this is a common mechanic in these two games, because Shadow Crystal, they have this too. But the levels were always designed with that mechanic in mind. That little sequence doesn't look like it was made with that mechanic in mind. It's weird.
Anyway, but yeah, the thing about Marine is like, well, I get it. She's supposed to be the one who doesn't have powers, except apparently she actually does have those powers at the end. But regardless, those just came out of nowhere. But it's just like, I get it. Like they clearly. Oh, okay. Oh, now I see why that mechanic works that way. I guess in that regard, it keeps it so that you don't end up, just getting an insta-kill or dying. So the way that mechanic works is like, well, the spike will send you back to a fixed location.
I get that, but at the same time, yeah, you'd think they would make that section that I was complaining about different, considering this mechanic, because it does make that mechanic more frustrating than it needs to be.
I can sort of get it, make it more challenging and punishing, but honestly, the whole need to punish the player for that sort of stuff is already a bit of a mixed enough issue here and there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
go on.
The problem with Marine compared to Styx is like, well, Styx has a character bout here, and we do get it. They work with it, essentially. And while, yes, her paranoid thing is that it's not 100% her character. The problem with Marine, the whole bumbling person who insists that they're in charge but really isn't helping, that is pretty much her character. Until, like, the last bit. Like, I get that we're supposed to think that Blaze treated her too harshly, but honestly, what was Marine really doing to help?
She was an inventor-ish, right?
Yeah, we got
Yes.
for that.
You can have hey, you can have more than one inventor.
See,
just like how you can have more than one character that's super fast.
Allow me. See, here's the problem that whoever wrote that game doesn't understand. Annoying characters only work if we care about the characters being annoyed. Because technically, when you get right down to look at Mushu from Mulan, for example. Mushu is technically annoying the other characters. Yes, he's funny to us because of the good writing, but technically he is annoying Mulan with stuff like, that bit where he lets one of those rockets throw, which reveals their position in the mountains, remember?
I feel like the whole character who should be annoying but is actually entertaining to the audience is definitely one of
He's
Eddie
voiced
Murphy's.
by Eddie Murphy.
That too.
In the first
Okay. Like, okay. Like, I'd argue even the Shrek films didn't that well. Like, hell, yes, for all the problems Shrek the Third had, they still got down the nature of how you have a character who's annoying to the characters, but not annoying to the audience.
You want to know why? Because they made him a character.
Not-
The whole, you have, like, it's one thing, you have to make them characters instead of archetypes.
Yeah,
Go on.
Yeah, because the thing about Donkey is like, well, sure, he can be annoying, but he does have good points to make, especially when he calls Shrek out in the first film for how, yeah, he's kind of selfish in that regard.
That's actually one thing I actually do. That's one of those things. Yeah, I actually, that's one of the big reasons why I really dislike Shrek 4, because my favorite scene from Shrek 1 is that bit where Shrek reveals to Donkey that he actually hates how people are scared of him, and as he puts it, judge him before they get to know him. So him suddenly wanting people to fear him as an ogre completely betrays his character. That's why I don't like that movie.
If I may, I get the feeling that what that movie is supposed to be is a touching base on how nostalgia, while not inherently bad, can be toxic in some of the problems with nostalgia. Like Shrek believing that, it was cooler when I had some people leave me alone. And yeah, sure, he wasn't hounded by the media as much as he is, but he also comes to realize some of the problems with, what it was like back then as well, too.
Unfortunately, he goes through the same character arc in every movie.
Well, no. To be fair, no. Shrek 2 was a different character arc than the first one. And Shrek the Third was also a different one.
I don't want this life. I want to go back to my old life.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't really the point of Shrek 2. Shrek 2 was about him trying to see eye to eye with his new family and essentially.
Yeah. Except for that one. That one was the exception. It feels like every other movie tries to be like, hey, give him the same arc as Shrek 1. I hate Shrek 4. I hate my life.
Have you seen?
Go back to how it was before. Oh, actually, that was actually a bad thing.
Have you seen the Puss in Boots movie, Dutch?
Yeah, that movie's great.
Yeah, that's actually my favorite of the Shrek-related films, to be honest with you.
I saw it recently with Pedro. It's pretty good.
Actually, have DreamWorks fully decided what they're doing with the Shrek franchise as a whole? Because
we're getting a Shrek 5, we know that.
I've heard that that's apparently going to be a reboot, though, despite Puss in Boots actually getting a proper sequel. So what exactly is going on?
My guess is after Shrek 4 being, in my opinion at least, a really bad and betrayal to the character, I think a reboot probably is a good idea at this point, because
I get that, but what's confusing is that apparently Puss in Boots 2 is, well, Puss in Boots 2, so...
Basically, Joe, think about it like this. Since it's also Universal, it's like how Universal still make the Scorpion King films in spite of rebooting The Mummy.
Jova, revisiting Sonic Boom with this game makes me wonder, how would the Sonic Boom version of Bro, You're Flirting With My Sister go?
Okay, so here's what would happen. The joke will last longer than it should, and it'll nod and wink to the audience.
Okay. That just begrudging with the show aside, are you asking how it would go dialogue-wise? Or
Dialogue-wise. Dialogue-wise. Like to
the meme.
Like, for example, I love Jet's different movie 2 version of it. Like, take me, sweet death. Okay, if that's what you want. So I'm wondering, considering the style of the show's humor, how would that joke go?
Well, I mean, they'll probably make it so that when Sonic gets hit, his rings come out.
Probably.
Okay, I could see it be Sonic totally doing it to screw around with somebody, but it turns out that the payoff is that he was just doing it to actually get away from them.
Mm-hmm. Probably.
Anyway, race time.
Yes, like I said, all these races basically boil down to the same. It's just that they get progressively harder. That's literally it. There's not that much to talk about.
Seriously, Eggman, get out of your mech. You can run faster than this guy.
Wait, is he in the mech?
No. This is a racing bot that he made.
Yeah. That's what I was...
Go on.
I think, to be fair, Glibsync he's in the mech because they use his face icon to represent...
Yeah, but he's got Eggman. He's got Eggman's face there.
I guess they couldn't come up with a sprite for the bot. I don't know.
If I recall correctly, the first mech did look like it was Eggman in the robot, probably from how it was colored.
Because I mean, that's how that's like how 99% of Eggman's mechs have always been.
Unless, okay, here's the surprising thing. Unless you're playing the HD version of Sonic Unleashed, and yes, I said specifically the HD version of Sonic Unleashed. See, in the HD version of Sonic Unleashed, most of the robot bosses are actually being piloted by, well, robots themselves. But in the Unleashed, the Wii and PS2 version, they keep it so that Eggman's the one in the mech each time. I have no idea why the HD version did that, so...
Okay.
Okay, I actually got a question about that. About Unleashed HD, sorry. Would I be losing out on anything if I played the PS2 version instead of the Wii one?
Only really Empire City, so no.
No, he said PS2 instead of Wii.
It's PS2 instead of Wii, because remember, Empire City is not on either of those two. The PS2 version is the same thing, just the PS2 version
just looks
slightly worse, but not really anything that's worth talking about, to be honest with you. Yes, the Wii version looks better because of the better resolution, but that's about it, really.
Sonic's model still looks bad.
So, hang on, I'm trying to think. Does that mean that like was at least like the last PS2 Sonic game, or am I missing something?
No, it was the last one. It was the last one, because remember that was during that point in time. Yeah, it was during that point in time where since the PS3 wasn't doing so hot, the developers were still making games for the PS2. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. I have to wonder, considering how much better the writing in this game is compared to the previous one, Shadow Crystal.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder just how much of this game did Pontac and Graf write, because this script doesn't feel at all like so if you told me that it was just the show's writers and that Pontac and Graf were not involved, I would have believed you, because this feels like you're just watching an episode from the show. So I have to wonder exactly how much writing did Pontac and Graf actually do for this game. Cutscene first though.
It's somebody.
Get him!
Attack him! And it's Knuckles.
What's with the bell?
It's a wrestling joke. It's a wrestling joke. See?
Yeah, I watched that already.
Also, Knuckles, your face.
I mean, he did get hit, to be fair.
Not just
Also, I love how this game implies that Knuckles has a side bit as a wrestling career.
Not just that, Shirai.
Hey, Shirai, that explains the character models. They're all in a wrestling fight.
His face makes it look like he needs glasses.
Not just that, Shirai. Notice his bandages, like on his arms, and the 2D textures look very blurry. I mean, maybe it's just I don't know. Maybe it's just because of the fact that we're getting much more close-ups. Maybe it was always in the previous game as well. I just didn't notice it because the models are closer here. Weird. But anyway, yeah, I have to wonder how much writing of the actual script did Pontac and Graf do, because it doesn't feel at all like they were even involved. If I didn't know from the credits, you know. It's weird, because if you told me that it was Alan Denton himself who wrote this entire thing, I would have believed you, because it feels like an actual episode from the show.
Alright, hear me out. It may be possible, but they're getting better.
Oh,
yeah, I mean,
sure.
Okay. Honestly, and one thing, honestly, Pontac and Graf can write well. Like, again, if you're going strictly off of just the Sonic stuff, well, even that has its ups and downs, but no, these guys can write, so honestly, I'm not too surprised that this one turned out better.
Wait, hold on. Let me look up Ken Pontaf's Wikipedia.
Okay. Might as well say that, because you guys keep saying Pontaf. Pontaf is the nickname fans came up with for the duo.
The duo.
Their actual names is Ken Pontac and Warren Graf. And it's the term Pontaf that a lot of Sonic fans came up with.
Oh, that's
he wrote. No, you go on.
Because I saw an episode of Thunderbirds the recent Thunderbird CGI cartoon, and one of the episodes of the first season was, for some reason, written by Ken Pontac. It was an episode where they go to outer space because their space Thunderbird is in trouble.
How was it?
It was called, I think you saw it with me, Pedro. It was called EOS.
Oh yeah.
And it was fine.
Yeah, I don't remember much of it, to be honest with you.
Ken Pontac wrote an episode of Pac-Man: A Ghostly Adventures. It's the episode where Pac-Man gets a pimple and inflates. It says, "Oh man, I'm a me."
Pac-Man is a giant pimple. Like, what does he look like with a pimple?
Oh, you want to see it?
No, not really.
To be fair, real life pimples can have pimples of their own. So,
That show was terrible.
and anyway, yeah, as you can see, Knuckles glides. Basically, Knuckles gliding works pretty much exactly like the Drill Wisp, actually. So,
Is it sad though? I'll still take Ghostly Adventures over Fully Charged.
Oh,
Wow!
Deji.
I haven't seen that Pac-Man show, so I wouldn't know.
Also, Deji, well, a couple of things. One, apparently one of the executive producers of Ghostly Adventures was Avi Arad.
Oh,
That explains.
I can't.
And,
Why, Jova? Why can't we get away from him no matter where we go?
and two, interestingly enough, I mean, at least Sonic Boom, when it came to, between TV shows and games, kept their voice actors. For some reason, the games based on Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures had an entirely different voice cast.
Question: is Ghostly Adventures produced in Canada?
Let me see. 41 Entertainment, it's American. Bandai Namco, OLM, and Sprite Animation. So basically, it's a combination of both US and Japan.
I have to file a restraining order on Avi Arad because no matter where I go media-wise, he's always in there somewhere. Jesus.
I know, right?
Tom Holland in Far From Home, where he looks up when he's just upset and then sees the picture of Avi Arad.
Oh, Pac-Man looks terrible in those images. Like, even in general, just, oh god.
Yeah.
So I mean, so basically,
You guys are gonna be the death of me.
Alright, let me show you. Here's Knuckles' derpy winning pose.
Yeah, what happened to his? I swear he had a bit more of a neck in the.
Hey Knuckles, there's this thing that's new invention. It's called the neck. You know, try it out.
So yeah, when it comes to the Pac-Man and Ghostly Adventure stuff, what would you rather have? Would you rather have Pac-Man sounding like a My Little Pony character, or would you rather have Pac-Man sound like the main character of Kill la Kill?
And we're done with Seaside Island.
If it was because I assume that the dubbing was done in Canada.
Yeah,
I know that Sonic Prime might have a different voice cast as a result since it's made in Canada.
Basically, the Pac-Man TV show had their voice work done in Canada, but the video games are done in Los Angeles.
Yeah, that because it's a law.
For some reason.
Yeah. I don't understand it, but the same thing happens in the Ninjago games where everyone's voiced by different characters.
Alright everybody, we now got the entire gang together. Now it's time to continue exploring ceiling fissures and eventually stopping D-Fekt. So, see you then.
See ya.